In this tutorial, we're going to look at masking. This one might be a little bit longer than 2 minutes because this is kind of the basics of what we're going to be doing in this on this project. So here I am inside of my comp. I'm going to just scrub in with my wheel and then hold down my space bar so that I can select my hand tool and move around to a place where I can start to work. Typically, when I'm rotoscoping, I'm going to come in a little bit closer like this, maybe even this close, so I can start to see exactly what I'm going to be working with. This is a really challenging shot. As you can see here, there's some feathering on the arm. There's some focus concerns that are going on here. Also, the fact that we're really zoomed in. My spacebar is not working very well. So, excuse me. I need to make a decision here on where I'm going to be starting my rotoscope. So the decisions that I'm going to make are going to be, do I do my roto from the inside of this feathering or the outside of this feathering, and then kind of take care of things a little bit down the road. So let's say I'm going to start down here on the feet and I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to choose to do the outside of the feathering so I can have the feathering kind of move in when I show you how to use the feather tool in the next one. So this is a very tedious process and something that I want you to spend some time with to doing this. I'm going to show you kind of a really bad technique right now to use. I don't want you to use straight lines for something like a body like this. And I definitely don't want you to kind of start to do one of these things where you start to really micromanage where your nodes are like this. When we do this and we start to have to animate this mask, let's say we go all the way around the body, and this mask now has 400 or 500 different little nodes associated to the mask path. This is going to get very, very tedious for us to work with. So one of the better things to do is I Command Z all of these and get my Command Z finger workout for the day, is I'm looking at generic shapes. I'm looking at this shape right here. It's kind of a curved shape that goes all the way across. I'm going to start actually with the dragging technique here so that I can pull this and create a Bezier curve. Notice that I'm also pulling the curve towards the direction that I want to work in. If I pull it this way and I bring a node over here, notice it makes this weird S. And if I keep doing that, it's just going to create this kind of like zigzaggy kind of effect. But if I start and I start to pull my node towards the direction of the thing that I'm working on, you'll start to see here that it starts to take that shape. Here's a shape right here. I'm going to go all the way to the top here. Notice it's not perfect yet. I like to block in exactly where my nodes are going to go, like this. Maybe bring this one over here. This one can be an actually kind of a long one, like that. And I'm going to bring it up over here, up to the shirt, this vest, kind of bring it over. Bring it up again. I think it's going to stay kind of long right there. Bring it around, etc., until I go all the way around this character. Once I have that all the way around and I'm kind of trying to stick to the same places that I'm at, I'm going to come in. Let's say we have it all perfect now. Let me just kind of mark this off like this. We're going to pretend like this is the whole body. Now I can come in and I can start to fine tune where this mask is going. It's really difficult to fine tune with this transparent background. It's also hard to fine tune with the black background. So we can toggle that on and off with this toggling the background transparency grid. So I recommend going back into your masking options. Instead of having your mask set to add, we're going to set that to none. So that brings us our whole entire image back again, and we can start to work on this a little bit more. This is where I really get in nice and close. Using my selection tool, I'm going to move this mask around. Now, if you select a node on your mask and the whole thing moves like this, that's because you've selected the mask and you selected one of the nodes and it thinks that you want to move the whole thing. You need to let it know, let After Effects know that you want to adjust independent nodes. So after you select the mask, just come over here and select somewhere just one time on the composition, and you'll see that the nodes turn into these little circles. And at that point, I can start to come in and start to work with these Bezier handles. Remember, if you hold down Command, oh, not that one, sorry. My computer has a control. There it is. The buttons on I have an aftermarket keyboard here, so I don't know which buttons I have half the time. will allow me to adjust these nodes independently. So now I'm coming in and just kind of fine tuning where this is supposed to be. I'm going to come up here and say, oh, this is a little bit outside of my little realm that I want to have it in. I'm going to bring this in a little bit tighter, maybe bring it in about right to there. I'm just looking at that outer part of this, of what this looks like. I might want to put an extra node right there. So remember, we can go up to the tool here. We can go add vertices. So I might want to add another vertice there. Select my pin tool here so I can bring this just a little bit more out like that. Have that there. Go all the way around. Spend a lot of really good time to make sure that this is perfected. Okay. And it's going to take you some time. It's not an easy process. You're going to want to put on some good tunes. Maybe if you have like a guilty pleasure movie, you can put that guilty pleasure movie on and watch it in the background, or have it play in the background, something that's not going to distract you, because this does take a little bit of time. Now, once we have that perfected, I'm ready to move on to the next step in animating this mask. But right now I have it kind of there where I need it to be. We can set it back to add to kind of see and make sure that we're where we're at and make sure that we're doing pretty good. So in the next video, we're going to start to look at how to animate this mask and make it work out really well. But first, we need to talk about the right and wrong way of creating your masks. And those are in the immediate next videos that you can watch. All right, look forward to seeing you over there. Thanks.